Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Grant Broggi from Strength Coach, and today I want to talk about tips for the end of your novice linear progression. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. A few months ago, we opened up our Slack channel to people looking for intermediate programming, looking for something when they've run their novice program to what seems like the end and they don't know what to do next. You know, they're stuck. And so while intermediate programming can take you down a whole litany of rabbit holes, RPE, conjugate, the list goes on and on and on. For me, I like to keep it pretty basic. And I tell people, hey, if you continue to do the big lifts and it's moderately hard and you actually show up 3 days a week and you follow a program that is somehow linearly going up over, 10 to 12 weeks, you will hit PRs. And we see this over and over. We have people join our Slack, they run the program. At the end of the program, they set new PRs. They do lifts that they have never done before, and they make progress because they actually showed up. But what I see even more frequently is people that think they're at the end of the novice program and they still have some gas left. They still have some progress that can be made. But I get it. If you're running this program by yourself and you're doing it, it feels really hard. You feel like you're stuck. You were supposed to get 5. You only got 3. You're not sure what you're supposed to do. So you just say, hey, it's time to go into an intermediate program. So today before you do that, before you say, hey, I'm going to, go into some complex percentage-based thing, I'm going to tell you, here are some easy tips that will help you extend your novice linear progression. Tip number 1 is a light squat day. If you've been squatting 3 days a week, adding 5 pounds each time, and your squat's going up, and now it's starting to get to the point where some days you're hitting 5, 4, 4, and then, maybe hitting a double to make up for those 2 lost reps, but you're not hitting 3 sets of 5, you're probably just squatting too heavy too frequently. And the problem with that is if you're squatting that heavy that frequently, by the time you get to the end of your workout and you're deadlifting, you're probably missing deadlifts. Not because you should be missing deadlifts, but because you are too fatigued. So if you add in a light squat day, it will allow you to still make progress twice a week, which is a ton. Trust me, ask anyone that's been lifting for a while. I'd love to hit a PR twice a week, but twice a week instead of 3 times a week. And then that light day will facilitate recovery and also allow for your deadlift to keep going up. So let's assume you're just a standard American lifter that operates between Sunday and Saturday in the 7-day work week, and you're lifting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. A very easy thing to do is just to make that Wednesday a light squat day. 80% is a great place to start. So I did 225 on Monday for 3 sets of 5, 25 pounds off, 20%, and I squat 200 on Wednesday, and then on Friday, I keep heading up in my linear progression and I do 230. So now everything goes up by 5 pounds, the light day along with the heavy days, and I'm still making progress. The second tip that I have for you if you're late in your novice progression is reducing the frequency of heavy deadlifts. And you may even do this before you add in a light squat day. If you are deadlifting very heavy, for you, moderately heavy, and it's a grind, 3 times a week for a set of 5 each day becomes very taxing. And just like the squat will affect your deadlift, the deadlift will affect your squat. You have to find a way to make these 2 things go up together. So one of the first things I like to do with the deadlift is on the 3rd day of the week, just reduce the intensity a little bit. So maybe Monday and Wednesday, you still go up 5 pounds. And then Friday, after you've accumulated 3 sessions over 5 days, on that Friday, you now just go down a little bit, maybe 80%. Maybe you do it 2 sets of 5 instead of 1 set of 5, but you make it overall less intense, less weight on the bar so that you can recover yet still get a workout in. So if you haven't added a light squat day in yet, then I would say, hey, make that 3rd deadlift session a little bit lighter and see if you can get things to keep going. Once you add in that light squat day, now that should become your heavy deadlift day. And so what I like people to do is squat heavy Monday and Friday, about 80% on Wednesday, and then put their heaviest deadlift of the week right there on Wednesday. So now you've reduced the frequency of both your heavy squatting and your heavy deadlifting, which will hopefully allow you to put more weight on the bar for some of those sessions. So it's not every session each time you lift anymore, but it's most of them. It's twice in the squat and maybe once in the deadlift. For your deadlift, now on Monday, you can maybe do chin-ups. something a little bit lighter. You could do chin-ups, you could do back extensions, you could play around with barbell rows. Hey, you could try to learn how to power clean. Everyone's afraid to power clean. Just try it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna look awkward with 65 pounds on your shoulders? If you wanna power clean, do that on Monday. Great thing to do. Wednesday, come in, boom, hit your heavy set of 5, and then Friday, do that 2 sets of 5 at 80%. So now you only have 1 really heavy deadlift day on Wednesday and 2 heavy squat days, and the whole program can kind of work together. Now, I know a lot of you probably want me to cover the bench and the press. We've done some past videos on what to do. Is Mark Rippetoe wrong about 5s? About adding in an extra bench or a press day. Generally, the bench and the press need more volume to keep progressing, whereas the squat and the deadlift need less volume to keep progressing. But I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about keeping your squat and deadlift running. And so the third tip that I have for you that's very important is you have to keep trying.
Well, at least you tried it and now you know something.
This is a very common thing I see with people looking for coaching help. They tell me, I'm at the end of my novice progression. I'm done with my NLP. I'm done. I've wiped it out. My last set was so hard. And when they ask me these questions on X, I just reply and say, post a video. And I post a video, and anyone that's lifted hard and lifted heavy watches that video and goes, oh, brother, you're not done. You're not even close to being done. Or we'll have folks that join our Slack channel and they'll say, I'm done. What do I do? And I say, you're not done. You have to keep trying. Remember, weightlifting is hard. This is why you decided to do it, so that something would change. You'd get stronger. You'd get mentally stronger. All of those benefits. So before you worry about the program and adjusting the things that I just mentioned, one of the things you just need to stomach is, hey, this is going to be hard and I have to keep trying. If you've never ridden a set of 5 squats to the pins, then you don't know what your failure limit is. Am I saying that every lifter should do that? If you're 60 plus, should you do that? Maybe, but also maybe not. There's also some mental aspects of not failing that keep people going. But if you're a young dude, you're in your 30s and you're trying to lift and you think you're done just because rep 4 was hard and so you walked it in, you gotta keep trying, man. You've got to attempt it. I can't tell you how many deadlifts I've been sent over the last 10 years where they failed. I'm stuck. What next? And I watch it and I say, you're not stuck and you didn't fail. You quit after rep 3. You literally just stopped. So you can't quit early. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing. And you don't understand what hard is until you've done hard things, until you've failed things, until you've pulled on a deadlift and got it to the bottom of your knees and your whole body was shaking and you were struggling. That's when you understand. And when you have that data, then now you can make changes in your training. You can say, hey, I'm supposed to pull a set of 5 today. I'm on rep 3. I feel like my back's loosening or whatever you're concerned about. I'm going to split this up into a 3 and a 2. You can make some kind of adjustment. But if you're early in the program, if you're 6 months into lifting, 3 months into lifting, you need to keep trying. And my last tip number 4, for those on the novice linear progression, just because you've run the NLP out before doesn't mean that you're done again. And what I mean, the reason I bring that up is there's so many folks that tell me, hey, I found the book Starting Strength. I found the program Strong Lifts. I ran it for 4 months. I haven't trained in 6 months. Now I need an intermediate program. And no, you don't. You need to go back and do the same thing. So just because you did something in the past doesn't remove you or doesn't give you the ability to not then run that NLP again. And you'll be glad you did. You get your numbers back up, then you go into intermediate programming. So that's my take. Those are my tips. Most people quit the NLP early. Don't. Make some adjustments to your squat and your deadlift. Keep training hard. You still can make progress. If you do get stuck, we'd love to have you on our Slack channel. $29 a month. You can sign up. You can drop things in the form check. Maybe all you need to pay for is for me to say, no, Bubba, you got to keep adding weight to the bar. I don't know, but I hope this helps. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.